Cleansing the dust from the soul. By Xuefeng. Taking baths has become a routine for members of civilized societies, as common as eating and sleeping. If a person does not bathe for a month or two, a layer of dirt becomes visible on their body, emitting an unpleasant smell, and parasites like lice begin to appear. At this point, it's good to soak in a bathhouse. Then, applying soap all over the body and vigorously scrubbing with a towel before rinsing with clean water makes one feel refreshed and comfortable. It is common knowledge that if we do not wash off the sweat after a day's labor, sleeping feels uncomfortable. However, if we take a bath first, lying down to sleep afterwards feels entirely different and restful. This concept is well understood, but what many do not realize is that our souls also accumulate dust and need cleansing. Why are our spiritual perceptions so dull? It is because the dust on our souls is too thick. This is like a mirror. If its surface is clean and dust-free, it can reflect the myriad phenomena of nature. If it is covered with a thick layer of dust, it can no longer reflect anything. The dirt on our bodies comes from the environmental dust and our own cellular metabolism, whereas the dust on our souls stems from the spiritual and mental pollution of our surroundings and our own ignorance. The body's dirt is washed away with water, but the soul's dirt must be cleansed with the teachings of the Buddha, the Tao, Christ, the sages, and scientific knowledge. Recently, a series of articles reposted by the messenger of Sakyamuni Buddha, Xuefeng, has been like streams of water cleansing the dust from our souls, gradually brightening our spirits. For example, today's article, A Comparison of Buddhist Doctrine and Science, washes away the incorrect understanding of Buddhist teachings from our souls, revealing that the profound Buddhist doctrine is actually scientific. Buddhism is not superstition, myth, deceit, or fabricated preaching. When I explored the origins of the greatest creator, the universe, and life, I used Buddhist teachings, especially the Diamond Sutra. My understanding of the universe's total energy aligns surprisingly with the modern views of Einstein and Stephen Hawking. Understanding Einstein's theory of relativity, quantum theory, string theory, and holographic universe theory through Buddhism is like a college student reading an elementary school textbook. That is why I always emphasize that the way of the greatest creator is scientific. The thinking and methodology of science do not contradict the way of the greatest creator, rather, Buddha's teachings represent the highest science. As a fellow of Lifechanyuan, we should not view the teachings of Buddha, the Tao, and Christ as religions but as profound scientific principles and thoughts. Some may think I am mad when I say Xuefeng is a messenger of the greatest creator, Jesus, and Sakyamuni Buddha, instinctively believing I have lost my mind and am too arrogant. However, I am not arrogant at all. I have issued a challenge to the world in the fields of the greatest creator, the universe, time and space, Buddha's teachings, Taoist teachings, science, and secular knowledge, and so far, no one has responded. No diamond, no porcelain work. Since I have issued a challenge, I certainly possess the diamond. I named Taijikeo as the messenger of Jesus and Xuefeng as the messenger of Sakyamuni Buddha, which was an incredibly bold act. This is not a joke, because if I were uncertain, I would be blaspheming Jesus and Sakyamuni Buddha and would become a sinner through the ages. It is precisely because I have recognized the greatest creator, Jesus, and Sakyamuni Buddha, and I possess holographic thinking and understand the mysteries of life, that I dare to do this. In the 36-dimensional space I described, the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium World are real. People do not understand because their souls are dusty. I have always hoped that people could cleanse the dust from their souls, and then I would tell everyone about the antimatter world, to lead everyone to heaven sooner. I am marking time not because I do not want to talk, but because you are not ready to understand the antimatter world. A single article, walking out of the Egypt of the spirit, could trip many people up. How could I explain the antimatter world? I cannot, but it saddens me. My brain can travel back and forth tens of thousands of light years in an instant, which sounds scary, right? Actually, it is very simple. For instance, in the Comparison of Buddhist Doctrine and Science reposted by Xuefeng, the issue of how gravity is generated is discussed. No one in the scientific community knows how gravity is produced. It seems like a profoundly esoteric piece of knowledge, but actually, it is simple. Gravity, or universal gravitation, is caused by motion. Without motion, there is no gravity. This simple principle is difficult for scientists to understand. If someone is interested, they can go to a scientist and tell them what Xuefeng from Lifechanyuan said, gravity is caused by motion, and then let them analyze it. Life's credentials, naming Lifechanyuan fellows as Chanyuan celestials, are the mysteries of life. To 9,999 out of 10,000 people, life's mysteries are mystical, incredible, and inscrutable. But to me, they are as clear and straightforward as watching fish in a fish tank, very simple. Today, I am probably the only person in the world who has grasped the mysteries of life. I dare to say that those who have entered Lifechanyuan and been named by me as Chanyuan celestials can enter heaven, the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, or the Elysium world, because I am certain of it. Those who have been named as Chanyuan celestials should be ecstatic. If you are not ecstatic, it is because the dust on your soul is too thick. I have repeatedly said that I am a tour guide who can take you to the archipelago of immortals. In reality, you still have doubts in your hearts, which I am well aware of. I have issued you passports, but if you do not take your passport when you leave the country, or if you forget to bring it or discard it, you will not be able to leave the country. Many people, especially those in the fields of Christianity, Buddhism, and Taoism, have been devotedly practicing for decades without the chance to obtain the credentials of life. You have easily obtained the credentials of life, and you should cherish them. Some people have entered Lifechanyuan and then left. Watching them walk towards the crematorium, all I can do is feel pity and sneer. Go ahead. If you have not fully practiced, even if the Buddha is right in front of you, you will not recognize him. You are too attached, and there is nothing I can do about it. The heart is in your body, and I cannot replace it. If the dust on your soul is too thick and you are unwilling to cleanse it, then go to the crematorium. In the Revelation section, I told a story about a man who sold his land to go far away to pan for gold. He did not find gold in the distance, but the person who bought his land found gold on that piece of land. There is a lot of gold in Lifechanyuan. Some people leave this land and go elsewhere to find gold. Can they find it? Absolutely not. If you do not believe me, ask those who have left Lifechanyuan after a year and a half, did you find gold? Except for sighing, they will gain nothing. Lifechanyuan is the final course. If you cannot graduate from Lifechanyuan, do not expect to grasp the mysteries of life unless you are already proficient in the teachings of Buddha, the Tao, and Christ. But how easy is that? Do not think that many enlightened monks have been transformed into rainbows and assume you can too. It is difficult. They had special karma and special souls. Do we have that? The greatest Creator's great love, the love of Jesus Christ, and the wisdom and compassion of Sakyamuni Buddha can all be obtained in Lifechanyuan. Lifechanyuan embodies the most profound knowledge, and I explain it in the simplest and most understandable language with examples from everyday life. Where else in the world can wisdom be so easily obtained? One thing needs to be clarified: I not only have the attributes of gods, Buddhas, and immortals, but I also possess the attributes of Satan. If you have a Buddha nature, you can see the Buddha in me. If you have the heart of demons and ghosts, you can see Satan in me. I am like a mirror, reflecting whatever shape you are. If you want to go to heaven, I will help you get there. If you want to go to hell, I will help you get there. I speak human language to humans and ghost language to ghosts. We have dust on our souls. If you cleanse it, a clean heart brings immortals. If you do not wish to cleanse it, a dirty heart brings devils. Do not believe it? Then let us ride a donkey and read a script. wait and see. 2/2. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information.